there's not very many of the market, but I've done my share of showing a few of them, and I've actually gone to the point where we put one under contract. And the difficulty that we found was there's not very many out there. So when it comes to getting the appraisal and the value, it's almost impossible. So think really hard before you buy a log home. Because it's just very difficult to get the loan through because of the fact that there's not many to compare to.
Yeah,
so that's the first thing.
I know on the mortgage side of it, it becomes an appraisal issue. Not saying it can't get done, but you might want to reconsider. Also, contemporary and colonials. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I would say, of course, I don't have this an exact figure, but I'm going to say somewhere between probably 10 and 20% of the population out there would actually take a contemporary or a colonial home in our market. A lot of times the colonials and the contemporary sit. Most of the people in our area prefer a traditional or an old style home. So when you're dealing with a contemporary home and you're looking at it, and of course a lot of people have that style and that taste, just remember it's going to be harder to resell. It's going to take longer, and you may have to take less than you would if you had bought a traditional or a contemporary. Same thing with colonials. I mean, these large, nice, stately columns, and we do have some neighborhoods that are actually devoted to the colonial style, but it's very rare. And so again, unless you're from the East Coast and you come down here from New York or wherever and think, oh, I'm used to that type of architecture, that's exactly what I'm looking for, it feels like home, then there's your buyer. But the majority of people here, they prefer the traditional, as I mentioned before.